In this video, I'm going to talk about 7 ways you can make passive income. Hi, Lopez coming at you from lopezlistening.com. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to make passive income. And P.S. by the way, if this is your first time being here and if you like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel by clicking the little bell below. And when I say passive income, I want to be clear. Let's put things in perspective. When I say passive income, that means you have to put some work and effort into making this happen in the beginning. Now, after a while, it's going to be less work. But in the beginning, you're going to have to do some work. And the reason why I say that is because there's this myth that if you have passive income, you don't have to do anything to have the passive income. This requires a little bit of effort. So I just wanted to put that out there so there won't be any confusion. So let's get started. The first way to create passive income is with Airbnb. Now, the thing I like about Airbnb is you don't have to own any properties. That the have money coming in every week, every day, every month. You don't have to own the apartment. You don't have to own it. The building, the business suite, you don't have to own it. You know, you can basically rent whatever you want out and have residual income coming in. That's what I like about Airbnb. You don't have to own anything. You know, so as simple as that. And the next thing I would say is peer-to-peer lending. Now, peer-to-peer lending, if you don't know what this is, basically it's there's a lot of people online. Some of them are medium-sized companies, and some of them are big companies. They're basically giving people the opportunity to borrow money and pay it back like a loan every month. So that's basically what peer-to-peer lending is. It's just another outlet to borrow money. If you're like a startup or somebody like that, you know. And next thing I would say is you can sell ebooks. Now, a good example of this is me. I published this book last month, and basically I I wrote the book in a MS document, Microsoft document, Word document. I got it edited, and I got it formatted, and I uploaded that PDF to a website. And every time somebody buys a book from me, I get royalties every month. And I have 3 books. And, you know, I've been doing this for the past, since 2014. So I have 3 books. So now in the beginning, you know, I wasn't getting a lot of sales because I was new online, nobody knew who I was. But after a while, it took off. And now I don't have to work as hard to get book sales now. So my book sells every month. So it's like I said, it takes a little bit of work in the beginning. But once you get established, once people know who you are, you build relationships with people buy from you. Because they know you're legit, not a fraud. And if you lead by example, hey, people they're gonna be like, hey, they're gonna watch you. They're be like, hey, that person legit. He's been around for a long time. He knows what he's talking about. You know. So the next thing I would say is you can invest in the startups. When I say invest in the startups, I'm talking like people that maybe they have a product or a service, or it could be a Could be an icy stand, a hot dog stand, an app. Any ideas? Maybe it's a good idea, but they don't have the funds. You can invest into that person, invest into that company. Could be a couple $100, could be a couple $1,000. So if someone has a good business plan, you can invest with this person and have a certain amount of equity in their company. Simple as that. I've done that. I've like in the past I've helped people get their products off the ground. Like the last time I think I gave like $500, and I said, hey, I have 10% equity. I gave them $500. I helped them make a lot of decisions, gave them a lot of ideas to really get this app off the ground. It blew up. Probably about 12 months later, I think it was about $3,000 back, and I put in $500. That's a good return on investment, So simple as that. So invest in other people, and the other idea which I kind of talked about is an app. You can create an app, and there's a lot of different apps out here. The applications is very competitive. So what I would say is this: if you're gonna create an app, how are you going to be different from what's already out here? Because there's a lot of copycats out here. A lot of people are following people, but you don't want to follow anybody else that has an app. You don't want to be similar or the same as anybody else. You want to be different so you can stick out. So that's just a word of advice if you're going to create an app. So the next thing I would say is you can lease out music online. Now, if you're a DJ, or you don't even have to be a DJ, but if you're good at making songs, making beats, you can put it up online. There's a lot of sites online. I'm not going to get into what site you should go to pay the most money and all that. There's a lot of sites online that you can upload your songs, your beats, and people will go there and buy them if they like them, and you get a commission. It's very similar to Amazon. Very similar to Amazon. Very similar to Amazon publishing. It's very similar. I don't know the pricing structure over there as far as music compared to book publishing, but it's very similar structure, So you can license your music out to people online. Simple as that. And the next thing I would say is you can get into the vending machine business. Now, when I say vending machine, I'm talking like the snack machines at your job, the soda machines, the what else? The water machines, the whatever type of machines they got at your job. I'm talking these type of machines, basically. Now, I think this is a good business because, and the hardest thing about the vending machine business is just buying the machines. It's probably the hardest thing. It's one of the biggest complaints I'm hearing. Now, finding a location for the machines, a lot of people have told me that's not so difficult, and it's a good business because if you think of the average price of potato chips and soda at any business building, any corporate building, the average where I live, let's take where I live for example, the average soda is what, $1.50, $2. The average potato chip, $1. Average cookie, $1. The average, say, cinnamon bun, $2. So you can buy this stuff in bulk, and you can damn near double, triple your profits. So that's why it's a good business. And the average snack machine, I've been told it's like $3,000 a used one, like $3,000. A new one I've heard is like $4,000 to $5,000. The average soda machine I've been told is I think $3,000 to $4,000 used, and I think the new one is maybe $5,000. So you can actually get money from a lot of these peer-to-peer lending groups. The startup money to help you buy the vending machines, and you can create a company, incorporate. You can create a corporation to get started and everything. I actually know somebody here where I live. They're in the vending machine business. They have about 15 machines. 15, I think they have, yeah, I think they have 15 machines. They probably have more than that by now. Because when I first met them, this was like 3 years ago. So they have like 15 vending machines at the time. Now they probably got 30 of them. And they're making like, I think they said about 10 to 15,000 a month on average. And I think they have about at least 10 buildings where they have the machine set up at. And they hired like one person to help them reload the machine and to get the money out and everything. So yeah, so it's a good business, man. Vending machine business. And the last thing I would say is the car wash business. Now, when I say the car wash business, I'm not talking about the automated car wash where you drive in and the car and the machine wash your car automatically. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the car wash where you got to put coins in the machine, the little machine, and they got a hose and the brush, that type of car wash, the manual car wash, basically. Now, a lot of times I've been hearing people who actually they're trying to buy these car washes. It might be sometimes it's still in operation and sometimes it's not. Sometimes a lot of these car washes have just went out of business. It's just rotting down there, for whatever reason. So what happens? A lot of people will buy it, fix it up, and put it back in operation. Or a lot of people will see a spot that's already have a lot of car traffic, and they'll try to buy it from the owner. And I've heard a lot of different prices. They said this depends on the location, the town, the city, etc. But you got to think about the average car wash. I think it's like I think that it's like I think it's like 250. No, it's like 175. Where I live at is I think it's like 175 every 2 minutes, and you have to add more quarters. So that's not bad, But it's gonna take you, based on my experience, it's gonna take you like $5 to wash your whole car, because you're gonna have to keep adding quarters. So if you're gonna wash your car real good, unless you're super fast, maybe I'm not that fast, But it's gonna take you on average, let's say $4. I'm just being conservative. $4 to wash your entire car with the brush and rinsing off and everything. So that's $4 a car, and let's say you have the average car wash I've seen have 5, 6, 7 drive-ups, and it's in operation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year round. That's a pretty good business. That's a pretty good business. Even if you're in a small town, that's a pretty good business to be in. Because people are going to always want their cars washed. That's a pretty good business. And it's full of quarters. Probably once a week you have to either you or get somebody to do maintenance, or take the quarters out. And then you have the vacuums there as well. Vacuum, shampoo, if you want. You don't have to have shampoo, but the vacuum is there on the side, along with on the side of where the car wash is. That's a good business, man. Even if you had to pay $100,000 to buy it off somebody, that's still a good business. That's a good business, man. I more than likely there's some car wash spots that somebody's willing to sell probably for $50,000. More than likely, it's gonna be less. That's less than a house in some towns. So these are just a few ways to have passive income. And like I said, you're gonna have to do your due diligence and do a little work and put a little time and effort in the beginning. But in the long run, it's gonna be less work. So hey, if you like this video, share this video. Subscribe by clicking the little bell below. Until next time, see you in the next video.